Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we're going to be discussing a little bit on the Voyager and also FTX Binance situation going on. Now, I just want to really quickly just go and say this. At the end of the day, no one necessarily fully knows what's going on at the end of the day, so I always take like YouTube or people on Reddit or whatever with a grain of salt. But I want to go and highlight some different things from Blockfi, who also has a close relationship over with, FTX, and as well highlight the big differentials between the FTX US and FTX itself in a general deal. And I also just want to go and talk about what actually happened too, because there's a lot of big stuff going on. And as well, there's also the brand new Ethos Airdrop that was also involved for VGX holders. So I feel like a lot of people in the Voyager community would obviously want to go and sign up for that, and as well for the normal sign up things too as well, which I'll have those linked down below. We'll talk about that a little bit later on too, but I've been talking with the Ethos guys and helping them out a little bit. They've been very nice, good people. So hopefully that actually is a cool project. So let's go talk about all this type of stuff, or if you guys want to subscribe, you guys totally can. So one of the big questions I've had a chance to go and notice and see over here, especially on all the Reddits, is this. It's just, we see ZZ just bought out FTX. What's this mean for Voyager? Voyager, we are still in this really awkward process. I'm a Voyager creditor myself, and I kind of was hoping that this was going to be all sorted. Like, I was hoping that FTX was big enough, they have enough assets, it should be all around totally fine. Now, there is going to be a little bit of, we're going to have to be on our toes, I think, a little bit over here, which stinks. And if you guys are also in the same boat as me, I guess let me know. I'll give you guys more updates, I guess, for official updates on YouTube if you guys care. But man, I saw on Twitter, I saw everyone making even memes on Voyager itself, because basically people walk into one bankruptcy into another one, and I think this is the biggest question a lot of folks are asking for. So just to kind of catch you guys up in case you guys missed it, FTX was basically rumored to be insolvent for the past week or so, and at this point it's kind of pushed it was more on the Alameda side, or Alameda is more of the hedge fund of the FTX ecosystem. They're basically still owned by the same people, but kind of separate entities, if that makes sense. And then the one big thing is that Alameda was basically using the FTX coin, kind of how they did with Celsius, where they were saying, oh yeah, we're worth billions of dollars, and then they're using these kind of coins that they essentially own themselves to then go get out other loans with other people. So basically be like, hey, we have all this, all these tokens, go give us $1 billion in USDC, our token's worth $5 billion, it's over collateralized, we're all good, right? And then obviously whenever you see these shorts being involved, or you're having all these big massive liquidation sales, because as of right this second, the coin is not doing too good. The crypto market as a whole is not doing too good at all. I think at this point, basically the coin itself is, I'm scrolling down, it's 56, Jesus. Basically the FTX token, or the FTT token, has literally gone down this past 7 days, 78%. It does have a little bit of a bounce back, though, as you guys can see as of right this second, but it has just been a straight free-for-all as you guys are going down with this. It's just not been good. So that essentially means that same leverage of what's going on, so basically the Alameda, whatever you go call it, basically company itself is then over-leveraged, and then now they're under collateralized because basically all these loans might go get called, and that essentially means that they're in a really big pitfall when it comes to their overall assets they owe. And that also kind of has some cohesion with FTX, because then FTX, with everyone hearing about this drama, are doing massive withdrawals, where they even had to pause withdrawals earlier on today, where there was a certain point where they were by about minus 200 Bitcoin. They were still moving assets around and other various things, and this is also more so focused, I believe, on the pure FTX exchange, not the FTX US. So it's kind of the overall cover up with that one. And then we did also go and have official statements from both Sam as well as also Binance, stating that they're going to be now being bought out, hopefully, by Binance. It's not 100%, it's not confirmed through contract, and it does also say that Binance does have a way to potentially move out to as well, but basically they're saying that we're working on clearing out the withdrawing backlog as is, all assets will be covered 1-to-1, and this is the big reason why they're asking Binance for help, because it kind of seemed like they were running on a partial fractional reserve, which a lot of banks do that as well, but sometimes if you have a huge bank run, this is what causes all of these issues too as well. So it does kind of seem like the assets are mostly safe, or if not, at least Binance has stepped up publicly and they're trying their best to either help and loan them liquidity so they can handle all the customers' assets as they sort stuff out. But as well, it's always kind of scary, because this is also how Voyager and Celsius were kind of shaping up. Voyager just in terms of insolvency, and they kind of had the warning signs, and then Celsius, where basically they were using the Cell token, kind of how basically Alameda was also doing as well with their the FTT token, and essentially saying they're worth more than they actually were. And now with the prices going down astronomically, that is literally billions of dollars wiped off the chart, and that's kind of crazy to go and see. So kind of now the next question is, what's going to happen with the exchanges, the buyouts, etc. So as I mentioned, No one officially knows until the courts decide, the judge decide, and we may also have more updates in the future. But as of right this second, we also have a statement over here from the Blockfi, basically the founder and COO of Blockfi, which if you guys don't know has also struck a deal, both in terms of like shareholding and as well as also liquidity for with FTX itself. And FTX US is a big focus, is that there's basically ideally nothing changing so far with the Blockfi entity. Now, this is not going to be a one-to-one for Voyager and Voyager assets, but I think this is actually a really big thing and a good person to watch, because if Blockfi has any issues or if they have to pull their credit line, that's going to be a very, very bad potential for the Voyager buyout. So as you guys can go and see, all Blockfi products are fully operational. Blockfi is an independent business entity. We have a $400 million line of credit from FTX US, and they also, once again, are highlighting the same thing, not FTX.com, and will remain an independent entity until at least July 2023. They are still processing all client withdrawals in line with their terms of service too as well, and they're basically working with their risk management framework to go and read and make sure everything's all going fine. So everything we've had a chance to see so far with this is that it is looking like the business is still assuming as usual. Looks like FTX US is still going fine, still in business, and even on the official Sam tweets too as well, noting that FTX.US and normal FTX are different companies, and as well also saying that Binance.US and Binance itself are also two separate entities. They also to go mention that they are not impacted by this currently, and that FTX US withdrawals are and have been live and is fully backed one-to-one and is also operating normally. Now, I do want to remind everyone that does not mean to a one-to-one that all of like the ongoing bankruptcy proceedings will continue. There is always a potential chance for them to step back and be like, hey, we need to go and have like, say, this $100 million, or as well just the overall assets. We need to make sure like our current core business, FTX, is running smoothly before we want to worry about other acquisitions. Now, I do want to say there is going to be a little bit of a limbo. We'll probably have a lot more information depending on what Binance is doing, and as well also what FTX US is doing. I would say at this point, based on the Blockfi tweets, it does seem like business is running as usual, and at least in my interpretation, that basically FTX looks like it's running more towards a liquidity crunch as well. And I think a lot of folks in the basically cryptoverse are also stating that it looks like it's more of a Alameda is, whatever you could call it, Alameda, is basically the bigger issue, where that's probably going to go bankrupt based on all these over-leveraged loans and these weird trade deals and these hedge funds deals. We'll wait and find more information as time goes on. But then part two, it seems like FTX US is not impacted, still has assets, and still is a normally running company, and we kind of use that by the Blockfi situation too as well. So ideally, and like I said at the very start of the video, no one knows now until more information, more docs, more judge notices are kind of coming on out, and it should be a really big concern that people should be addressing, like basically FTX should be addressing publicly. But it does seem as though this current moment, the Voyager deal is not halted, and fingers crossed it will still go through, just because as of now, if that was the best deal, I'd rather all the creditors like myself get the best deal, and we go from there. And now to kind of wind down just the rest of this video too as well, there also has been a big airdrop update when it comes to Ethos. So in case any of you guys are curious on this one, Ethos is also doing their recovery airdrop snapshot, and that just basically means that if you guys have VGX tokens on like a crypto exchange or your self wallet, on the 14th, they'll be doing like basically a picture of all the assets on there. So if you have it in your own custody wallet, that means you guys have a chance then to go and receive the Ethos airdrop. And they also have the normal creditor airdrop too as well. I've been chatting with the Ethos folks too, and they've been overall, I think, seeming really good. And I like the idea for their project and their website and everything like that. So if you guys want to, I'll have some of their links down below too as well. Just wanted more so kind of end this kind of scary video, I guess, with some good news, and it kind of seems like these Ethos folks are pushing like a really good news out there and trying to be nice for all the Voyager creditors. And I am in a Voyager creditor, that's why I even reached out to Shingo and been in their spaces too, so just always going to give like a good shout out to them, because it does seem like they're doing something right and trying to help folks instead of going bankrupt and being insolvent at the end of the day. So if you guys want to, subscribe, feel free to. Like I said, I'll have all the Ethos links down below, and as well give me your thoughts and comments on the Voyager situation. Would love to hear if you guys think it's good, bad, or ugly. I don't think it's looking good, and I don't think it's not looking pretty, so give your thoughts and comments down below.